I've walked into thousands of homes over the years, luxury homes, starter homes, newly remodeled homes, not newly remodeled homes, homes where families have lived a few weeks or over 40 years. And there's one room I always quietly assess: the bathroom. Because independence is rarely lost in dramatic ways, it's usually one small moment, one slip, one misjudged reach, and everything changes. Today, we're not talking just about aging, we're talking about protecting confidence, independence, and freedom. My guest today is Becky Wright from Ponte Giulio USA. Becky specializes in bathroom safety products, universal design, and smart modifications that protect independence without turning a home into something clinical or like a hospital or cold and bare. Becky, welcome to Always Ageless.
Thank you, Valerie. I'm happy to be here with you today.
I'm so excited to have you. I've wanted you on our show for a long time. But, Becky, before we even talk about design, let's talk about reality. Let's talk about Ponte Giulio, and let's talk about the moments that families usually reach out. What happened that brings them to you?
Well, the number one thing that um, encourages people to add grab bars or other bathroom safety products to their home is that there has been an accident, a fall usually. And I just looked up some information.
Right.
Every year, over 40,000 older adults who are 65 or older are going to die from a fall,
Whoa.
which is shocking. And that number is from 2023. There are 3 million ER visits every year after someone falls, and 14 million older adults report falling every year. Not everybody has to go to the hospital, so sometimes you fall and you're okay. But that's usually the first time that people start thinking, hey, I might need to have something that's going to help me stay safer in my own home. In many cases, older adults are coping with the situation that they have a bad knee, their back is bad, they slipped on something. There's a number of things that can happen that can cause someone to start falling. Um, Adult children become very worried about their parents and they want to
Yeah,
make sure their parents are safe. Older
that's right.
adults are trying to hold on to their independence.
They are.
I'm not sure why this is, but many people are so resistant to grab bars. I wear glasses. They correct my vision. And that is, no one looks at that as, you're getting older and your eyes are bad. The people just do it. And somehow grab bars have not fallen into that category where people just make the changes needed as they get older. And grab bars are not just for older folks because absolutely anyone can fall in the bathroom. You can be um, 3 years old and slip in the tub. We've probably all seen our kids do that. A 15-year-old can slip getting out of the tub and can really, bathrooms are wet, slippery places that have lots of hard, sharp materials. So there's, tile and there's countertops, and you can fall and knock out a tooth or cause a traumatic brain injury. There's lots of things that can happen if you fall in a bathroom specifically, but really almost anywhere in your house. There's other areas that can be very dangerous for falls as well. I think
Yes,
other
that,
older
that's
adults.
that's very, very, very true. All
Yep.
great information.
Yep. The other thing is, I think if you're just looking at maybe adding some grab bars or a shower seat to your home, you're afraid of making the wrong choice. What if I choose the wrong thing? How do I know what's out there? What options are there? Making safety changes in your home can be overwhelming and it can be expensive. So it's nice to have some information ahead of time so that you can think about it and you can be proactive. I thought I would cover a few terminology words that frequently come up in aging in place, universal design, and as you're getting older, it just will add some clarity for folks to understand the terminology. So
Yes,
first,
let's do that because most people don't wake up in the morning and say, Oh, I'm, 40 years old. Today, I think I'll go look at safety issues, safety
Right.
items for my I'm gonna go to the closest Ferguson or Home Depot and look at safety items for my bathroom.
Right. People don't do that
Oh,
until they
ju
have something that it's something that gives them a reason to do it. Usually they're reacting to a crisis. So anyway, let's start with
or
the most.
about to face one.
Yes, yes, a surgery, something like that coming up. So the first thing is a grab bar. I think most people know what that is. They've seen it in a restaurant bathroom, or in a hospital, a doctor's office. They've seen grab bars. So there are some legal requirements before something can be called a grab bar.
Oh, really?
They're not very many, but they do have to meet some certain specifications. One is they have to support a 250-pound load capacity. So it has
Oh,
to, that's the minimum it can support. It can support 400 pounds, it can support 500 pounds, but it has to be at least 250 pounds.
wow.
Um, the open space between the grab bar, the inside of the grab bar, and the wall can be no more than 1.5 inches. And the reason for that is they don't want someone to get their arm stuck between a grab bar and the wall and potentially break an arm. So that's why that space is limited to 1.5 inches. And then the diameter of the grab bar, there's two options here for an ADA grab bar: 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches. I think
That
if you,
doesn't seem like much of a difference, Becky.
oh, but it really is when you, if you've ever been into a restaurant and you think, my God, look at that big fat silver grab bar. That is 1.5 inch grab bar for sure. It is, it just looks a lot bigger. All of Ponte Giulio's grab bars are 1.25 inches. And the reason we do that size is because it's easier for everyone. So, if someone has a small hand, whether you're a woman with a small hand or you are a child or a teenager with a smaller hand, you can easily grasp 1.25 inch grab bar. So those are the requirements for an ADA grab bar. So that's it. So it's nothing um, really way out there. Um, and you'll see a lot of people say these are ADA grab bars. I only install ADA grab bars. And that's a good guideline. But ADA is not something that people have to do in their own home. It's the basic standard for grab bars. So certainly that would be a product that you would want. You would want it to support 250 pounds. You want the safety of not having your arm slip in there. But ADA is really designed for public buildings. So a hospital, a restaurant, a school, a library, those places they are required to follow ADA guidelines. In a home, in a residential environment, you do not. So you can do your placement where you want. You can do you can put it wherever you want and use it in any way in your home. There are no requirements for how you use a safety device in your home other than the fact that you want it to be safe.
And
Um,
I noticed that Ponte Giulio also does commercial properties or
yes,
commercial products. So would these be the same standards in your commercial
yes.
products as well?
Commercial properties are a commercial application would be an ADA application. So at a
Okay,
hotel, someplace like that,
sure.
that's a public building, that's a commercial building, and they are going to follow all the ADA requirements there.
All right,
Um,
good to know.
So a flange is the part of the grab bar. It's usually the round part of the grab bar where the screws go in and you attach it to the wall. So that is called a flange. Grab bars are measured from center flange to center flange. So if you are getting a 16-inch grab bar, because you want to install into your 16 on center studs, um, you are going to, the grab bar itself, it's going to go a little further than that off to the side because it's the center flange to the center flange. And so it's probably actually closer to 18 inches on the ends because it's about another inch on each side. So that's the flange. So that's the part that connects to the wall. Flange cover is something that will slide on and cover up the screws and the mechanical parts of the
And
flange.
that's the round part that we see attached to the wall, correct?
Yes, yes, yes. And those usually, can turn and slide on and off. But that's a flange cover. Although sometimes you do see a grab bar that has no flange cover. Usually that would be in like in a prison or in a mental health. Then they would have where the screws, you can just see them because they don't want to have anything loose there.
Okay.
Studs. I think
Yes.
if you are familiar with building terminology, a
A little.
stud is the wood framing that is around your room, around your bathroom. Usually, and in the past, it used to be 16 inches on center was always kind of the standard. um, it's worth checking to see where your studs are. You can get a stud finder, or your installer should be using a stud finder to see, are your studs 16 on center. My home is 5 years old, and what we found was that on some of the interior walls, which include the bathroom walls, they did 20 inches on center. So it's just a cost saving things that builders do now. They make the studs a little further apart. So a 16 on center, a 16-inch grab bar is not going to work really well for me with a 20-inch stud. So knowing where your studs are, we always recommend that product be installed into studs. Just the drywall and the plaster or the tile is not enough to
No.
support a grab bar. So you want to find the studs in the background. And then the other thing that you hear a lot about in grab bars is blocking. And blocking is really important. If you are having your bathroom remodeled, or if you are building a new home, ask your contractor to add blocking in the bathroom. What that basically is taking something like a 2x12, cutting it so that it fits between the studs, and then it is screwed into the 2x12. But it makes the entire area a stud. So now you have something solid in the entire area rather than trying to hit just like a 2 inch, inch and 3/4, inch and a half stud. You have a whole area that gives you lots of options for doing installations. Really important for grab bars, absolutely essential for shower seats. And blocking can come in several different ways. Internal blocking, like I just described, it's inside the wall, and it's between the studs, and then they put the drywall up. External blocking is something that installers do when you need to have a grab bar installed and you don't have time to open the walls. You don't have the funds to do a complete bathroom remodel. So what they can do is they can take a piece of like plywood, or they can take a 2x12, and then they can mount it into the wall, and they can install that piece of wood into the studs, paint it to match your wall, and then they do the installation into that piece of wood that's now on your wall. I have a picture of that I will show you, send over so you can see it, because it's hard to understand until you see it. But once you see it, you
You
go,
go,
oh yeah, that
oh,
would make sense. Okay. And that's a way that you can do an installation quickly when you don't have a total bathroom remodel
yeah,
going
sure.
on. Anchors. Anchors are, if you have to install into a location that doesn't have a stud, it doesn't have blocking, there are numerous kinds of anchors, and lots of installers use them. They drill a hole into your wall, and then they slide the anchor inside, and it spreads apart on the other side, and it just provides more support than just a screw, and it's going to hold your product well. The only thing you need to know when you're doing your anchors is make sure your anchors are rated for the same load capacity as the grab bar. So if you're like, okay, I need to have something that will support 300 pounds, I need to make sure that my anchors will support 300 pounds or
Sure.
more.
Yep.
So
Good advice. Good advice. Yeah.
Stainless steel, you're going to use stainless steel screws, always in the bathroom, because stainless steel will not rust. The number one reason people think their grab bar is rusting, it's actually usually not the grab bar. It's actually that their installer did not use stainless steel screws. And we supply stainless steel screws with our grab bars, as most companies do. But if you are going to the hardware store to pick up a different type of screw or length of screw, then make sure you get them as stainless steel. Um, I had
Most
mentioned a
people
little.
wouldn't have known that, except that you include them with your product, but
Yes, yeah, we include them with the product, and ours are designed for wood stud installation. So if you are installing into a house that has metal studs, then you need a different type of screw in there that is going to go into the
sure.
metal stud. So that's why you
Mm,
sometimes might need to go to the hardware store to buy different hardware than what comes with a grab bar. It depends on your wall material. It really does. And then the last couple of things I wanted to explain is being proactive. Being proactive is kind of thinking about what changes you might need, what bathroom safety products you might need ahead of time, making the changes before you fall, or planning for the future when I might need to have something. What typically happens is people are reactive. They are making the decision to add a grab bar or a shower seat after there has been a crisis, after someone has fallen, someone has broken a hip, they're going to be coming home from the hospital or coming home from rehab in the next couple of weeks. And now we have to hurry. Being proactive is better than being reactive because you can really take your time. You can choose the products that you want. When somebody is coming home in 3 days, you are running to the store and you are buying what's available because you have to get the home prepared for somebody to come back. If you're doing it ahead of time, you can choose what design, what style, what color, and then you can plan your installation when it's convenient for you. So I always encourage people to be proactive. Think about what you might need in the future. It's a nice being proactive is just being very forward thinking. So um, that's just kind of that was my list of terminology that I thought people might be interested in hearing. So, um,
Well,
and I,
definitely I can say of all the people I interview at the end, if I ask, so what the one piece of advice you have for our listeners and our viewers, they always say plan ahead. So you
yes,
hit that
always,
right on the head this morning.
always. That peace of mind is really important. I have a friend, Carol Chang. She
Yes.
recommends that when you're in your 30s, when you're buying your first home, when you're doing that first bathroom remodel, go ahead. If even if you don't put the grab bars in, even if you don't put the shower seat in, get that blocking in when you're doing the
Yes.
remodel, so that every time you're doing any kind of redecorating or remodeling, you're adding additional safety products. It's that forward thinking that will really pay off in the end. It'll just make your home safer all along. It kind of reminds me of my son. He he injured his knee at work, and he was having a hard time getting off the toilet. His knee just was giving him a lot of pain.
Oh,
So we went over and we did a grab bar installation for him by the toilet. And I said, you should probably put a vertical grab bar here at the entry of your tub shower combination as well. Well, he didn't know that they needed that, but he's got a 3-year-old and a 14-year-old. And I said, let's just do it. So we put a grab bar in there. And I don't know if he actually uses the grab bar, but I know for a fact that my 2 grandkids do use it because if it's there, people will use it. It's just like a railing. If you're going down some steps that and you're carrying something, you're going to grab the railing. And a grab bar is very, very much the same thing. If it is there, you will use it. So,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. That's true. That's
So
true. And
go
yes,
ahead.
it's so important that we think about everything in the terms of these being older, but really when you think of little kids getting in and out of the tub or people of any age getting in and out of the tub, especially that it's easy to slip and fall.
Very easy to slip and fall. Very easy. Yeah. So just maybe a little guidance on
Yes.
where to place grab bars.
Yes. Tell
Obviously,
us. Please tell us.
the bathroom is the number one place. It's the number one place that people get injured when they fall. So certainly by the toilet, and you can do um, on the right or left side. Either one is fine wherever you have a wall. If it's a small bathroom, you might even be able to put a grab bar across from the toilet so you can grab it and pull yourself up. Um, there's a lot of different places you can do that. You can do a horizontal or a vertical grab bar. Both work. And some people prefer one or the other. So if an installer is coming into your home to do some installation for you, or you're doing it yourself, think about which way is easier for you to grab hold of that. Is it easier to use a horizontal, or is it easier to do a vertical and kind of pull on it? So that's the number one place when you're in the bathroom. But in the shower, at the shower or tub entry, that is the number one place that people slip and fall. It's usually coming out, not going in, but it could easily be going in as well. So that is where I recommend a vertical grab bar at the shower and tub entry. And you can, if you have a fiberglass surround, which is definitely harder to do a grab bar installation just outside the fiberglass surround, you're usually going to have framing areas. So there's going to be studs there. So that's a good location to do a vertical grab bar there. When you install a vertical grab bar, the best height for you is going to be if you have your arm at a 90-degree angle and you're holding your hand out like you're shaking someone's hand. Okay. That is a comfortable spot for you to do a grab bar. I know just from my own home that my husband loves to install grab bars really high. I don't know if he thinks we're riding on a bus or what, but he loves to put them up high. And the reason I like the lower grab bar, and in a lot of cases, a longer grab bar, maybe even a 32 or a 36-inch grab bar at that shower entry point, is that if you were to fall, or if you're down on the floor, scrubbing the tub and you just need help getting up, having a longer and lower grab bar will give you something to hold on to. And if you do fall and you're laying on the floor and you're like, I need something to get up, I'm not really injured, but I can't get up, I'm slippery, having a grab bar will help you get up. And you don't want to be laying there and have a grab bar and not be able to reach it. So that's why usually I recommend a longer grab bar there. But if someone only wants a 12-inch grab bar, that's fine. If that's all they are comfortable with, they can certainly do that. The other, you can put a grab bar, a horizontal grab bar, usually on the long side. I call it the back of the shower, but it's the long side of the shower.
Right.
That's a good spot for people for balance as they move around in the shower and in the tub. And then you can also do a vertical grab bar by the faucet and the shower head, the mixer. That can hold a handheld shower head if you want to add that at some time in the future. We have some holders that you can attach to a grab bar that will hold a handheld shower head, so that it just makes it very versatile. A shower slide, a lot of people are familiar with those. That slide bar, it's kind of more like a towel bar. It's not designed to support anybody's weight. So if you are falling and you go to grab it, you're much more likely to just pull a regular shower slide right off the wall. Just like if you fell by a sink and grab the towel bar, you're going to probably fall and take the towel bar down with you. They just are not designed to support the weight of a grab bar.
And so how are you, what's the purpose of using that?
That would be if you are installing a handheld shower head in your shower, the typical product that you would be putting in there would be a shower slide. It's a thinner bar, and the handheld shower can go up and down on there. We do have several products that are shower slide sets, but are actual grab bars that will support 250 pounds or more. So there are ways you can find that same product that looks nice, but gives you that safety. So it's kind of safety hiding in plain sight. So it's a safety product, but it looks like anybody else's slide bar that they might have in their shower.
Let's talk about grab bars, because I've also heard them referred to as task bars.
Oh, Sure.
they're used in different places
Yeah.
throughout the house for a different purpose than the shower. And
Yeah.
another thing I want to talk about, you were talking about appearance, is you have the most amazing looking grab bars. And I think it's great. I don't think people even know about them till they look on your website and go, "Oh my gosh." So
Yes.
I want to talk about that also, the ones that have sports team logos on them and your
Yeah.
dog's face. And
Yeah.
so let's be sure not to end today's call without discussing those two things.
Okay, absolutely.
Mm.
Ponte Giulio is an Italian company. I guess I didn't mention that at the beginning. Our headquarters and our production actually takes place in Italy, and that is where the design takes place. So Italian designers are not just for clothing; they're also for bathroom safety products. And that we've been doing this for 50 years in Italy. Our office has been here in the United States for 20 years, and we this is all we do. This is not our side hustle business. We are a bathroom safety and accessibility company. That is the products that we develop and manufacture.
Yeah,
So,
and you do a great job, and you know how to they know how to do Olympics
yeah,
programs also, by the way.
they do. They do. So, yeah, and the bars you were mentioning, that's a custom bar where you can actually have something custom printed on one of our grab bars. That's a real neat feature. We have colored grab bars. I'll get
Yes, you
into that.
do. I know.
Lots
Bright
and lots of
colors.
options. Couple more places where I like to recommend that people consider adding grab bars. For me, I did it at the entry point of my home in several ways. So, I live in a ranch style house, and so I actually have 3 steps up from my garage into my house. And there's no railing there because they're just the little steps in the garage. So I actually have a grab bar installed into the door frame. So it's just a vertical
Oh,
grab bar installed into the door frame, and I like it. I don't have a screen door there. I just have an inside door. So I don't have any problem with that. And you can use that grab bar going up and going down because it's right in the door frame. So it's just where you need it all the time. So that's a great spot. The other place I did that not only coming from the garage, but I also did it from my kitchen out onto my patio. Again, I've got two
oh,
steps out there, and I've got a picture that I'll send you so you can include that, showing
please do.
showing
Yes.
what that grab bar looks like in that door frame. So it's a white door frame, it's a white grab bar. They just blend in really nicely. The other place I put grab bars outside is on my front step, approaching my front step. I've got really long steps that are like 5 feet long, but there's a couple of them. So we actually installed the 48-inch vinyl coated grab bars outside, right in, because the garage comes up the side. So we just added the blocking in the garage and added those grab bars. So now that we have a nice railing that's going to hold up really well approaching those front steps. So outside, so around your home, there's lots of places. Anytime you have a location where you are stretching or climbing, and it is a nice location to put a grab bar. One of the things we didn't really talk about too much is universal design. And
No, but let's talk about that.
universal design is making a home accessible for everyone.
Everybody.
An example of a universal design is like a doorknob versus a door handle, a lever. um, yeah, both of them will open the door, but that lever is much easier for people, everybody, to use. Whether you're carrying groceries, carrying a little child in, whether as you get older and your grip is not quite as good, it just makes it a lot easier to use a lever as opposed to a doorknob. That's a universal design kind of product. And once you think about it, you go, oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
So, universal
And
design.
it doesn't hurt anything. There's no reason
No,
not to do it.
no,
Nothing is that, no aesthetic reasons or looks or design. It just is the way you use it, right?
yes,
And the
exactly.
same with knobs on the faucets.
Yes, yes. A lever faucet is, again, is going to be, or even like a one where you wave your hand over it and it's automatic that it'll turn on. Those are nice options for universal design. And I see more universal design elements being used all the time. And I think it's a very positive thing. It it just makes the home more accessible for everyone. One of the other things for universal design is, you think I don't need to have grab bars. I'm too young or whatever you might be thinking. However, you don't know about all of your guests, people that come to visit you, whether it's an older parent or a friend who's had back surgery or someone who has arthritis in their knees. All of those folks could really appreciate a grab bar in the powder room, so that they don't have as much difficulty getting off your toilet. They would appreciate those supports at the entryway coming into your home and making your home visitable by people of all abilities. And you might not even realize somebody has a back problem or a bad knee, or you don't always recognize when somebody has a limitation. So to make your home more welcoming to your visitors, making some of these safety and accessibility adjustments is really a nice thing to do.
Yes, absolutely. When we had our mutual friend Carol Chang on a few weeks ago, she introduced us to the term visitability.
Yes,
And it's not visibility or not aging, any of those things. It's visitability and how easy it is to again with universal design and some of these little changes to make your home visitable. So even if you have aging parents or older parents, or as you said, someone who's maybe in a walker or a wheelchair, or someone who's recovering from surgery,
yes,
being it making it easy for them to come and visit you and spend time with you. And what a nice feature to have in any home.
yes. Well, your friends, you don't want to have people be lonely,
No,
and you want friends to come and visit
we
you,
do.
and you
We
want to
do.
be able to go and visit them. But if you can't get into their home for some reason, if they have too many steps, or um, there's lots of things that make you say, all right, I can't go there, and it just adds to loneliness as you get older.
It is, it is, and sadly, my one experience, my sister-in-law took my mom on a little adventure for a couple of days, made a hotel reservation, got there, and the room that she chose was a special room for design reasons, and at any rate, it's on the 2nd floor, and there was no elevator.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
just you just don't expect to find that anymore, but
No, no,
but it
no,
really,
and even so little things, you're exactly right. If you're going into a home and the stairs are such that you can't get to the front stairs. I was previewing homes recently, and there was no rail,
yeah,
and my client couldn't walk up the stairs without holding on to me, but what about when I'm not there?
right,
So,
right,
unfortunately, then that home was not even within the realm of them being able to purchase it. So
right.
things that people need to think about.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, so that's just some basic guidance on where to put grab bars. But there are lots of grab bar options, and so I want to kind of touch on those before we get going here too far. We've covered a lot of
We
topics.
we have, and this is great, and also, taskbars also in the hallways, I think.
Yes,
I hear about those as
yeah,
well.
yeah, and sometimes people get kind of weirded out about the term grab bar. It makes them think of a really elderly person. You can call a grab bar different things if it makes you feel better. You can call it a reassurance rail. I think that's a
Oh,
term
what a
that
great
Carol
name.
Carol loves to use that one. Reassurance. It just makes you feel more secure. You can call it a support bar. You can call it a balance bar. Those are all things that you can call a grab bar. You just want to make sure that you're getting something that's really sturdy, but you don't have to think of it as an old age kind of product. It really is
No, no,
designed
not at
for
all.
everybody, everybody. So some of the grab bar options out there. I mean, we've talked quite a bit before we even touch on this. Number one is stainless steel. It is basic, it is economical, it's used in commercial applications. You're going to see it at the local restaurant in the bathrooms. This is kind of the grab bar that some people think looks like a hospital or institutional. And for many people, they want to avoid that look, which is fine. But it is economical and very readily available. So if you don't have a grab bar and you need one, you're on limited funds, this is that. A stainless steel grab bar is better than no grab bar for sure. And some people really do like the look because you can get the stainless steel in, we call it satin, but it's also like a brushed finish. So like if you have brushed nickel faucets and you want to
Mhm.
match, you can get that. If you have polished chrome faucets, we have a polished grab bar that will match with that. We have a matte black, all in stainless
Really?
steel. Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
lots of options even within the stainless steel. They come in lots of sizes. Grab bars start at 12 inches and go up to 48 inches,
Oh,
standard sizes. There's 9 lengths in there. 18-inch and 24-inch are real common. We sell a lot of those. But if you're looking to install into studs, and there's 16 on center, look at a 16-inch grab bar, a 32-inch grab bar, or the 48-inch grab bar because you're going to hit studs with those when you
okay.
have the
All
16-inch.
right. All right.
Um, so we also have a grab bar called Peened. And what that is, it's a stainless steel grab bar that has a light texture that has been engraved into the metal. And it just provides a little bit extra grip. There's another version of it that's a deeper engraving. It's called knurled. And these work when you hold on to them tight, your skin actually presses into that engraving. Some people really like them. It's a nice option if you find a regular.
But they don't have a harsh finish to them. They don't like you don't
Yeah,
get a
the peened is nicer. It's because it's a light engraving. It's not going to bite. I think sometimes the knurled grab bars can have a bite to your skin on your hand, especially if you have any kind of tender skin. As you get older, your skin does get
it
thinner.
is. It is.
Um, so for that, I kind of stay away from knurled, but there's peened is a nice option as well, and we have those as well.
And how do you
Um,
pronounce those?
um, Peened is Peened, peened, and knurled is Kn, I think it's Erled, knurled. Um,
Great.
So in stainless steel, in addition to the straight grab bars that people are very used to seeing, we also offer a folding grab bar. So that's going to be mounted on the wall behind a toilet, and it is going to fold up and down. So it's usually kind of got a U shape to it, and it folds down when you want to use it, and it will
Oh,
fold up and out of the way. And it's kind of that feature, that folding up and down feature, is really nice, especially if you have a small bathroom and you need to you just make better use of the space. But it also works really nice if you install the folding grab bar between the toilet and the shower.
yes.
If you need something to hold on to as you step in, that gives you
Yes.
another point where you can hold on to
Yeah.
that.
And some flexibility in your design.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have another one that's called a 90-degree wall to floor grab bar. So it actually installs on the wall, and this could be used in a bathroom, in a living room, anywhere, like by your favorite chair if you need to have something to help you get up. So you mount it on the wall behind you, and it comes out about 33 inches and then goes straight down, and you mount it into the floor. Um,
Oh,
and it has a little side support. We call that an outrigger. And that's a very, very popular product. We sell a lot of those, and people use them all sorts of places. They can be used in the bathroom by the toilet. They can be used in the living room by your favorite chair, anywhere that you need help getting up. A lot of times people will put one on both sides. Um, and that's a good option if there's no wall, if you have a toilet where there's no wall next to it. So there's no place to
yes.
put a grab bar. So that gives you just some options that way as well.
And what is that called?
That's called a 90-degree wall to floor grab bar.
90-degree wall to floor.
Yep. Yep. So, and I have some pictures. I'll provide those.
Certainly. And we'll show these to our viewers also, so they'll be able to see them.
Absolutely.
This
So
is you're full of information today.
yeah.
I had no idea. This is who
So
would have known?
And then I wanted to talk about vinyl coated grab bars because those are my favorite grab bars. That's what
They
I use
are.
in my house.
Really?
Um, Vinyl coating is definitely an upgrade from stainless steel. And actually, let me grab this, have it just out of the camera here. So these are the colors that they come in.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah. And this is actually how thick the vinyl is. Some people are thinking that the vinyl might rip and not, it won't. This is 3 millimeters and this is tough vinyl. So we have reds, yellows, greens, blues. We have white, gray, black. So there's a lot of color options in vinyl coating, and I'll have some pictures for you on these as well. But the reason I really like the vinyl coating, it has a lot of great upgraded features beyond the stainless steel. So it's going to have that same steel pipe inside, so it's going to be really strong and supportive. But it also has antimicrobial protection that is embedded in the vinyl during production. And that is silver ions that have been
Oh,
embedded into the vinyl. So it is going to kill bacteria. It is going things like listeria and E. coli. It is going to kill fungus that can grow in the bathroom, and it even kills some viruses. So really a nice way to keep your bathroom more hygienic without you having to do any work at all. And that's
and then
permanent.
how do you clean the vinyl surface?
I clean mine with a soft cloth and actually dish soap.
Really?
Yep, and that just cleans off like surface dirt. The grab bar itself, the silver ions in that vinyl are going to kill off that bacteria. So,
So it
um,
sounds like there's a lot of advantages to that
oh,
product.
yes. So not only is it antimicrobial, it's also warmer to the touch. So if you are
Oh,
touching
of
the
course.
grab bar, if you have neuropathy, you can have that nerve damage in your hands. Having something that is warmer to the touch is going to be a huge benefit for you. And what it's doing is it's reflecting the temperature of your own hand back to your hand, because stainless steel can get really cold in the winter, can get
Yes,
really hot in the summer.
yes,
So
yes.
nice option. So it's warmer to the touch and it has a superior non-slip grip. When your hand is wet, dry, or
Non-slip
damp,
grip. Okay.
it's not sticky, but you really get a good grip on it. I have it in my house. I have it in my bathroom. I have it outside. And it is the one grab bar that I recommend for installing outside. So in the door
Sure.
frame going to
Of
the
course.
garage, by your front door. It comes in 11 different colors. It comes in the 9 different lengths, so 12 inches to 48 inches. Um, and you can coordinate. So if you have a light blue bathroom, you might just absolutely love a light blue grab bar.
You might. You
Or you
might.
might want to contrast it with a darker
With the
blue.
navy blue, sure.
Gives you some options for decorating.
Certainly.
Or if you have low vision, you might want to have a real contrast. So maybe it's a
That's
white
right.
wall and now you want a black grab bar so you really
So
can
you can
see
see
it.
it better.
So really a nice option. And it comes in the folding grab bar, it comes in the straight grab bars, it comes in that 90-degree wall to floor. We even have a folding and rotating grab bar. So that's a grab bar that will come down. And then when it goes back up, it'll rotate to the right or to the left. So it lays flat against the wall. We we have vinyl coated products that just are amazing. We have a stainless steel shelf for in your shower so it's stainless steel for holding your shampoo, and then there's actually a vinyl coated grab bar on the front of it, so it kind of combines a grab bar and a storage component in your bathroom. We have
And let me ask, how do you mount that?
you mount that preferably into studs or blocking because you want to have that security and you want it to be able to support the weight just like a regular grab bar.
Sure. All
So
right. All right. That's good to know.
we have something called an L-shaped grab bar. So an L-shaped grab bar is mounted on one wall and it has a vertical component and then it turns and has a horizontal component. So it looks like an L and you can mount
All
that
right.
by a toilet where you want to have both horizontal and vertical. And then we also have one that's called a corner grab bar that mounts on 2 walls, all horizontal. So it goes down this wall and it turns the corner and mounts on that wall. Those can be used in shower rooms as well. Just a lot of different options, combination grab bar and toilet paper holders and things that fit on multiple walls. It's really a nice option. We have a lot of products that have that vinyl coating that has all of those great advantages of antimicrobial, warmer to the touch, and superior non-slip grip.
Let's talk about, you've now hit a soft spot. Let's talk about toilet paper holders.
Okay.
My mom has moved into assisted living community, and she wants a freestanding toilet paper holder to put next to the toilet closer to her,
Okay.
because the toilet paper holder is on the wall behind her.
Okay.
So she has to reach around to get it. And then when she pulls it, then the toilet paper, of course,
Yep.
goes on and on and on. So, what can be done to make
Well,
those more convenient and easier to manage?
Well, I think I've actually seen some floor standing toilet paper holders. They are available, but
Yes.
they're pretty wobbly, I think. An option that would be safer than that would be, we have several different types of um, toilet paper holders that you can attach to a grab bar. So if you
Oh,
have a folding grab bar that you have mounted on the wall right now where the toilet paper holder is, the grab bar folded down, and then we can attach a grab bar to, or the toilet paper holder to the grab bar. So now it's right where you need it. And because it is a removable toilet paper holder, you can put it on wherever you want. So whatever is a convenient spot for your mom, you could put that toilet paper holder there.
oh, what a great idea.
And we even have some grab bars. So if you have a little wall that's next to your toilet, that will do, they do double duty. They are a grab bar and they are toilet paper holders at the same time. There's several styles of those.
Well, we are so grateful to the Italians for thinking of
Yeah,
all these great things. And I'm sure they get a little bit of input from their consumers as well.
they do. They do.
But this is great. And where do people find your products?
Well, there's a number of places that you can find Ponte Giulio products. We have a number of website distributors. There's a couple of them that come to mind right away. One that's called bestgrabbars.com.
Of course, what a
Yeah,
great name.
bestgrabbars.com. And Toilet Talk, two words, toilettalk.me. They have a lot of our products. You can find some of our products on Home Depot or Lowe's websites. So there's a variety of websites out there that do distribute our products. The other place
This
you
is
can,
just
so that's, no matter where you live, web shops can deliver for you. So that's what makes that nice. But there are other places you can also, no matter where you live, ask your contractor, ask your installer, your handyman, whoever's doing that installation, say, hey, I want these Ponte Giulio products. And they can order them from us because they are a trade partner. So they could, even if they've never ordered from us before, they could set up an account and order from us. Ask your interior designer to quote and to specify Ponte Giulio products. Kitchen and bath showrooms. If you're working on a total kitchen or bath remodel and you want our products, tell them you want our products and they can also order our products. And then there are some big box stores that carry some of our products as well. Mostly they do them online. I don't know that very many of them actually stock them in their stores, but you can get our products lots of places. So if you go to the Home Depot website, for example, type in Ponte Giulio and see what comes up.
certainly. And the name of your company is certainly going to be in our episode here in our audio and on YouTube as well, and our social media, so everybody will be able to find it. So let me ask you a question. So what's the most elegant safety solution you've seen?
Well, I think if you incorporate the safety products at the time you're doing the design, I really like the look of a black grab bar. I think it can be really elegant, and it's really a nice option if you've done it right from the beginning. So if your other things in the bathroom are black, a black grab bar can look really sleek. And there's lots of options for a folding grab bar can be ordered in black. We have a lot of different things that you can get. Once you kind of decide what you want it to look like, incorporate those safety products in your design at the beginning rather than trying to add them at the very end.
I would guess that someone who sees the black mat grab bars might not even think of them that way.
Right.
All of a sudden, the image and the perception completely changes.
You're right. You're exactly right. It's not what you always see in a restaurant. That big silver grab bar. There's so many options out there, and you just need to know what they are. So you can check out our website. It's not a shopping website, but you can look at our products. And if any of your viewers or listeners would like to have a digital copy of our catalog so they can see everything, I will give you I'll give you my email address, and they are welcome to email me, and I would be happy to send that out to them.
Yeah, that's great. We would love that. And so let me ask you before we let you go, and we have just a couple of minutes left. Um, a quick fire question for you. Who do husbands and wives have different perceptions and different opinions about grab bars than the other?
Oh yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think they do. And sometimes it really does depend on what you're coming from. If you are the person with the bad knee or the bad hip, you are much more interested in having that safety product added to your bathroom. And the other thing was with husbands and wives, if you have a very tall husband and a very petite wife,
Yes.
you may need to really think about where you're going to install that's going to be able to work for both people. And that's totally okay. You can do that when it's your house. And that's why having some other options rather than just only straight grab bars makes it a lot easier for people to select things that are going to work for both husband and wife. And having things that are that just look nicer, it kind of pleases everybody to have that option.
And you may have answered this for us. Another quick question. If money was not an object, the one item you'd want in your bathroom, or you'd recommend that someone who has no money's not an object that they would have in their own bathroom?
Well, having that shower seat is really nice. It can be, we have a lot of beautiful options for shower seats. They're wall mounted, they fold up, they don't take a lot of space. Those are really nice. Kind of gives your bathroom that spa feeling. But my number one favorite product is our vinyl coated grab bar. And that's what I have at my house. That's what I recommend. And we have a lot of people that use them and are very happy with them.
Well, that's great, and we definitely will show some pictures of
Yeah.
your seats. So, one last quick question: what's coming in the kitchen and bath shows? What will we see? What's coming in the bathroom and the grab bar products this year?
More options is really the key. Being able to get more products, having more than one option is really very important. And we are putting together some interesting sets. So you can just buy one product and get a variety of grab bars with it, but you can get it in whatever color you want, whatever finish you want. That's something kind of new that we've done. Just makes it a little easier to order. So that's kind of fun. And then just coming up with new designs. We have some grab bars that look like handles that you can actually mount one on each side of the sink. So if you are sitting at the sink, you have something that you can pull up from as well. So just lots of different styles and designs and lots of options for folks.
How exciting. Who would have thought that spending an hour talking about bathroom design could have been so interesting and so fun? And you brought that to us. So we thank you so much, Becky. The bathroom may be the smallest room in the house, but it certainly carries enormous consequences
It sure
and so
does.
many design options for this smallest space. So we thank you for helping families rather than just having them react to things. We thank you for bringing this to the attention of the public, and certainly for representing a company who does it in such a fun, interesting, colorful, and exciting way. So, if today made you, our listeners, and our viewers think about your bathroom differently, that's great. We're so glad that it did. And that's why we have these conversations for you. Becky, thank you so much for an enjoyable and informational and exciting and fun hour with us.
I was very happy to do it. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.